Hi guys, I hope that you're very well. It's Sylvana here and I am back for a new video on the Jewels and Gems YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today we're going to talk about rainbow moonstone. So we're going to discuss everything you need to know about the meaning, the uses, the properties behind this gemstone, as well as the zodiac signs, the chakras, and everything in between. So by the end of this video, you will be an expert on rainbow moonstone. Before we get started though, it would be great if you could give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and yeah, we're good to go. So I'm going to show you first what it looks like, so you can see it here. Beautiful. This particular piece is mine. It's my own ring. I just love it so much. It gives me always such mermaid vibes. Like I have other pieces to show you, but that's just a first one. So very glowy stone, moonstone obviously, because it kind of, you know, resembles the moon a bit. You see this one as well has a bit of a flash, but slightly darker blue. But moonstone, associated with the inner goddess. It's a stone of the divine feminine. It's deeply connected to sensuality, reminding us to go with the flow, to guide us. It's a stone that's great at guiding us in difficult, challenging times and situations, obviously. And what I love about it is that it's also great at combining those that gentle feminine energy, lunar energy, with you know, a bit more of an uplifting, optimism, joy and happiness kind of vibe, which kind of comes across by the lovely colors and unusual sheens that comes out of moonstone when you expose it to light. And you know, moonstone is lovely to support us if we feel alone. It's a stone that I like to recommend to anyone that's currently feeling a bit lost, a bit vulnerable, a bit lonely. It's wonderful at helping us with emotional healing, very much so. See, I have another pendant here just to show you. The flashes on this one are a bit more subtle, but nonetheless, they definitely are stunning. I love that. Each piece is unique in its own way and will stand out differently. And it's all about inner peace with moonstone. It's all about intuition, new beginnings. Great stone to work with if you're working with the moon, with new moon, full moon rituals. Definitely it embodies that energy so well. Again, another beautiful piece. You can see the flashes there. Stunning. Great for you know, supporting mothers throughout motherhood. Again, a stone I recommend a lot to anyone that's buying a gift to a new mom. It's going to help create a bond with the child. It's that kind of very mother energy, because the moon is the divine feminine. It's that sense of connecting to our mother archetype. So here, motherhood is strongly embodied and embraced by moonstone. And it's also a great stone to wear if you're someone that has that works in a setup where there's different colleagues you're exchanging with, and you have relationships at work that you want to keep balanced and harmonious, and you want to make sure everything is going smoothly and to avoid much conflict. Great stone for that. On top of that, I would say that definitely moonstone is all about reminding us to really go with the flow and to trust the universe, to trust that we are being looked after, that everything will be fine, that there's no need to be constantly worrying and being scared all the time. A great crystal to let go of control, for sure. And reminding yourself that the universe has your back, you'll be fine, everything will be okay. You've survived 99.9% of your worst days. So, and you're still here and you're still doing fine. So don't worry. That's literally moonstone in a nutshell. So great for really bringing in that feeling of inner peace, intuition, new beginnings, growth on an emotional level, but also awareness, just an awareness, especially for women in particular. Moonstone is very, very good that way. As regards to the chakras, it's going to be deeply connected with the intuition, which is obviously going to be the third eye, the crown. So it's that sense of connecting us to our intuitive gifts. As women, for example, for us, it's something that is very powerful for us. So wearing moonstone allows us to really create a bond and a connection with that center, but also the crown, which is going to be about, as I said earlier, that connection with the higher realms, higher consciousness, the universe, knowing that everything will be fine and that you're being looked after. But on the other side, even though it's not orange, I deeply associate it with the sacral chakra because of that feminine energy. The feminine center is in the sacral chakra. It's all about creativity, and for us women it's our emotional center too. So it's about balancing all those elements together. It's definitely a lovely stone for that. I suppose as regards to lores and legends, I like these things. If you've been watching my other videos, legend says that you could see the future if you held the moonstone in your mouth during a full moon. I found it pretty cool. I've never tried it, but there's something quite magical about that. Let me know if you've ever tried it, if it did work. I'd be very interested. But anyways, many people believed that this stone was created from moonbeams. That's also where it gets its name from. And the Romans, for instance, believed the beautiful moonstone enclosed the energy of Diana, the moon goddess, and who could endow love, wealth, victory, wisdom. That was what Diana as a goddess was associated with, and that's what she would bring to that energy to the person that would wear the stone. I think it's also beautiful. But there was other legends also that said and claimed that moonstone could clear the mind, that it would allow the wearer to reach wise decisions or keep the heart and mind in touch with one another. So you can see this, it's a stone that's been around with mankind for a very long time. And I think that's absolutely fascinating. On top of that, the zodiac signs, let's talk about astrology now. The zodiac signs that I believe can really get a lot out of moonstone are either three. I usually recommend moonstone too, but if you don't fall in any of these, that's okay. You can still get some moonstone if you really resonate with everything we've said today. But for me, number one is going to be Cancer. Cancer, because at the end of the day, moonstone is the birthstone of June, and that's where Cancer season kicks off. So there's that sense of really connecting to the moon. Cancer is ruled by the moon in astrology. This is moonstone, so to me it doesn't mean, like, I can't explain it more than that. To me that is more than enough of an explanation. On top of that, there's also a connection that's great for Libras, because I feel that Libras sometimes have a bit of a difficulty to connect to their intuition and listen to their inner voice, and this is a great stone to support them on learning how to do that. And last but not least, Scorpio. So whether you have your sun, moon or rising in any of these signs, go for it. For Scorpio, it's going to be about I suppose Scorpio can sometimes fall easily into very heavy depth in emotions, and reminding themselves that they're being guided, they're being supported, that everything will be okay, I think is important for Scorpios, in that sense that it's about really letting go of control. Scorpio is a sign that sometimes falls a little bit too deeply in that sense of control as a way to reassure themselves, and stepping out of it and replacing it with trust in themselves and in the universe can definitely be a great thing for them to try and do and see what happens then. So yeah, I mean, this would be all about Rainbow Moonstone. Definitely get it if you're born in June. This is your birthstone. Lucky you. You have a lovely birthstone. And you know, definitely I would say get your hands on it. Last but not least, even if it's not your birthday in June, you can still go for it. I love it myself. I'm not born in June. I don't fall you know, in any of the other zodiac signs, but I still love it. The affirmation that you can work with if you have Moonstone and you want to program it to make the most out of its energy is going to be the following one. I have the power to create change. This is Moonstone in a nutshell. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about Moonstone. Do you have some yourself? And what would you like to see next on our channel? And it was my pleasure to talk to you today. I'll see you in the next one.